Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit different. I'm getting emotional actually just talking about it. This video today is something that's it's quite hard for me to talk about. But I'm going to address it because I need to do this for me and maybe for everyone else to understand. I don't know if you've noticed in all my videos, most of my videos I title Dwarf. That's what I am. That's what I am. I'm a dwarf. I'm 30 years old and I'm a dwarf. The reason I'm making this video, like I mentioned, it's not just for me, it's for you guys to have a better understanding that it's not okay to do certain things, say certain things, because it won't affect you, but it does affect other people. I'm sure you've heard about the situation in Australia with that young boy. Regardless of what his situation is, he's still a dwarf. He suffers with achondroplasia, which is exactly what I have. And I can 100% tell you, I can feel his pain. His tears would be 100% genuine because I felt exactly the same when I was his age. I don't know how to get into it. I'm not gonna get into everything. I'd be here literally till next Christmas if I got into everything. But my childhood, being a dwarf, I didn't have a different childhood. I had exactly the same as my siblings. I was treated the same at home. I was treated the same. I didn't feel any different at home. I think that was the best way. I didn't feel any different, and I think that is a positive for me. At school, on the other hand, growing up, it wasn't good. Um, I was bullied quite a lot. Throughout all the schools that I've been to, went from like the first school you go to all the way to like comprehensive school you go to. Um, and I think a lot of it was children not understanding. Um, when somebody looks different, it's always a bad thing. Um, so it didn't bother me as much for my infant school and junior school, which is my first school and my second school that I went to. As I got to the comprehensive school, um, it was harder for me. A lot of it is because I would have I thought that, you know, the older you get, the more understanding you are. Um, but it's not the case. My school years wasn't good. I was bullied. I was called names. Even to this day, I'm called those names. But now it's different. I'm an adult. I know exactly how to deal with it. I'm an adult. I know like how to deal with it now. It doesn't bother me as much. Um, I see life now as there's a lot worse situations. I don't see it as an issue now, like when people call me names. Because I take it on the chin, you know, I'm used to it. I've grown up with it, which does not make it okay. But I'm used to it. It's made me who I am today. Um, it doesn't affect me um, as much as it used to when I was a child. Um, but it's not okay, you know, it's not okay to name call people just because they look different to you, just because they act different, just because they dress different. It's not okay. Like, it's not okay. Throughout my childhood, I used to have to go to hospital, to Great Ormond Street Hospital, and I used to go there. I think it was twice a year, from a very young age all the way up to, I think I was 14, 15. Um, this bit that I'm about to tell you used to make me so jealous, and I know my siblings will be watching this now, um, and they will never, like, they probably never realised. I come from siblings. I have 7 siblings, so my mum and dad have 8 children altogether. Um, and every time I used to have to go to hospital, we used to get the train to London. It was so much easier. I think my mum had 4 other children. Obviously, as years went by, she had more children. Um, so it was easier to leave them with my nan and my granddad. And I used to be so jealous that why did I and miss out spending time with my nan and granddad, getting magazines, being taken to the sweet shop. I felt like, what had I done wrong as a child to have to keep going to hospital and go through everything that I had to do? I mean, it wasn't much. Every hospital trip was exactly the same. I was up against a wall. They would like measure me, check my weight, check my muscles in my arms. I don't know what that was about. Um, it was the same every single time, so I don't know why that couldn't have been done at a local hospital, but it is what it is. I was also on growth hormones, is that what it's called? I was also on injections. I was injected by my parents every single night in my booty until I got to the age, I think probably 12. I'm not sure. But I was able, I think my parents allowed me to do it myself. I hated it. And because of that, I was restricted into what I could do. When my siblings went for sleepovers at their friend's house, I was never allowed to have sleepovers. Um, a lot of that was because I had injections, and nobody knew. None of my friends at school knew. I don't think my extended family knew. I don't think they even know now. But I had, yeah, growth hormones injected in me every single day, every single night before I went to bed. Um, and I remember I used to wonder, why can I not do things like everybody else? Um, I remember my mum saying that, you know, people might not be able to, you know, give me the growth hormones that they should be because there was a certain measurement. So I think it got to the point where my mum would allow me to have sleepovers and she would do it before I left. So instead of before I went to sleep at night, she gave it to me about 6 o'clock before I left for a sleepover. It's just so that I had basically the same treatment as everybody else in my family. You know, the times where I used to go to Great Ormond Street, I think when I was 12, I want to say I was 12, I was given an opportunity. I don't know, sorry about my eyes, guys. I am not an emotional person, like, I do not cry. And for this, I mean, it's hard talking about it. Um, it's hard talking about it, but I'm sitting here trying to do this for me as much as it is for you guys to understand. But anyway, coming back to what I said, I was given the opportunity to have my legs broken, um, and have like a metal cage thing, I think, on my knees. And one leg would be broken for 6 months, and then the other leg, I don't know if you can see my legs, and then the other leg would be broken 6 months later. But I would be in a wheelchair because I'd have a metal frame on my knees, I think, and then every week I'd go to the hospital and they would tighten it, and what it would do would stretch the bone. And it would have been one leg at a time, hence why I'd be in a wheelchair. I was given this option when I used to go to Great Ormond Street, and the chances of it, me miraculously growing 2 foot, was slim. I think it was literally that much difference was going to be that much, and I felt for that small difference to me, that's a small difference. It was not worth it. It was going to be a year of my life where I was going to be in so much pain, um, for that amount. Like, to me, it wasn't worth it. And I remember having this discussion with my parents, and I remember having this discussion with my friends back at school. Um, and I know the final say was down to me because it was this is my life. Um, and they all said, like, we love you the way you are. Um, you are who you are, and that's just the way it is. Um, don't change for anyone else. And those words made my decision for me to realise, like, I will always have everybody, no matter if I'm 2 foot, 4 foot, 6 foot. By the way, I'm 4'5". I don't know if I've ever addressed that, but I am 4'5". Like I said, if it was going to be like 2 foot, well, not 2 foot, but like 1 foot, which would have made me an average height of somebody my age, I would have done it. But for that amount, it's not worth it. I mean, where am I going to get far with that? I'm not. So I made the choice not to do it. I don't regret my decision. It is what it is. I'm still continuing with my life. Um, I'm doing things that so many people told me I would never do. There's a lot of things to talk to you about. I don't know what life is really like being a dwarf. But like I said, I would literally be here all day. Um, so I'm gonna tell you the main things. It might not interest you, and I understand that because it's not for everybody. Um, but I used to, even like all through my childhood, even now, I struggle to find clothes that fit me. Like, I don't know if you can notice. Hold on a minute. Like, I'll push the camera back, and you might get a rough eye. I'm going to try and show you what I mean. Right, this is what I look like. As you can tell, I don't know. I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't actually see. This is obviously my leg shape. Obviously, I have much smaller legs to my body. My arms. So yeah, as you could imagine, finding trousers that fit me, not just in the waist, but on the thighs, and the leg, had always been an issue. The top half, it's not really that bad because I basically have the right size torso for somebody my age. I mean, the arms are a bit long, but that's not an issue. I roll them up. But yeah, the top half is fine. It's always an issue with the bottom half because of my thighs. So that's just a little summary of what life is like being a dwarf. Um, it's not nice. I wouldn't. I hate, if I'm honest, I hate being what I am. Um, I'm restricted in a lot of things that I can do. Um, it's hard to, go out in public by myself. I don't really do that. The only times I really go out in public by myself is when I go to work or when I go to the doctor's surgery. I think that was probably about it. Apart from that, I normally go out in a group with people or me and somebody else. A lot of that is so that other people won't look at me the same as if I'm by myself. Like, I mean, when I'm, by myself, everyone stares at me. And I've had that my whole life. And it's not nice. Um, it's not nice. I wish I had one day in my life where nobody stared at me, where nobody sniggers, no, like, like nobody calls me names. I wish I had one day in my life um that I could have that. I don't like going to not public, family gatherings. Um, Obviously my family know what I am and who I am, obviously. um, but a lot of it is, not just my siblings, because my siblings will have a partner, how will they treat me? How will they act towards me? Not just my siblings, but my extended family, like my cousins and my aunties and uncles, when my cousins have partners, how would they treat me? How would they act towards me? Would they be embarrassed of me? And like, on top of that, when my brothers and sisters have children, like my brother has 4 boys, my other brother has 1 daughter, even my nephews question, and there's nothing wrong in questioning, why am I the way I am? Why am I like this? Why is no one else like this? And when I don't have the questions, or when I don't have the answers, I mean, for myself, like, I've questioned that so many times. Why me? And I don't have that answer. So how can I? So how can I give my nephews, who are growing up, um, that answer? They are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They're in that age group, and they're asking questions, and I don't have the answer for that. And my niece, she's a year old. She's gonna grow up, and she's gonna ask the same. And that is one of the many reasons why I will never have children. Um, there's many reasons why I will never have children. One, I think there's a 50% chance that, well, if I have a child, that child will be like me. Um, and I couldn't wish that on anybody. Personally, my personal opinion, I would not wish that on anybody. Um, that is one reason. Second reason is my child would be taller than me by the age of 7. Like, like I couldn't. It's bad enough my nephews, 2 of my nephews being taller than me. Um, but no, I couldn't do it. So yeah, that's just a brief. I know my family, like my extended family, are gonna see this, and they're probably gonna think like, wow, like, they don't know this about me. Um, I don't think they realise or understand how hard it is, or it could be the same for them. Like when my, brothers and sisters partners, or when my cousins partners, when they meet me, what do they expect? Are they addressed? Are they told, oh, by the way, my cousin or my sister or my niece, she's a dwarf? Do you call that a little person? Like, a load of people call me a little person. And how do they take that? I mean, what are their opinions on me? Being what I am, does it change their opinion on me? I hope not. One thing though that I can tell you is that my friends, my amazing friends, my brothers, my sisters, my mum, my dad, uh, my cousins, my aunties, my uncles, my nan and granddad never ever treat me or treat me any different to anyone else. And for that, I thank you so much for that. Because I think if it wasn't for that and them treating me the same, if I'm honest, I don't think I'd be here today. The amount of times in my life I've contemplated ending my life. Because to me it just seems like the easier option to do that. And you know, that's how I feel and that's how I think. And I think sometimes it's easier for them if I wasn't here. I don't know, that's just my opinion and what I think. I have a job, I drive, I'm independent. The three things that I've always been told that I would never do, and I'm doing it. You know, I'm showing you and I'm showing myself what I can do and I can be just like you. So that is the bottom line, guys. Sorry for crying so much. I'm literally, like I said, I'm not a crier. But yeah, if you're still around, please smash that thumbs up. Please comment down below. Please be nice, guys. Like, this has been so hard to make this video. Please subscribe if you're new. I won't be all cheery next time. But please subscribe if you're new. I appreciate the love. Like, I'm surprised you guys still check my channel out. Like, thank you so much. I'll be back soon with another video. Thanks, guys.